What do you think of when you hear the word zoos? Probably beautiful animals walking around, feeding popcorn to the fish, and petting the goats. But in all actuality, that's not what's actually at zoos. Zoo animals get very stressed out due to visitors and their small cages. They're missing out on normal habitats, and there are plenty other alternatives for the endangered species at zoos. Due to these stress levels are caused from visitors themselves, just by their smells, sounds, movements, and presence in general. These visitors can cause animals to pace, posture change, their eating habits will change, their locomotions, pulling out their fur, and hiding a lot more than normal. They also act very aggressive towards their fellow exhibit members. Lions actually spend 48% of their time pacing because of how stressed out they get. In the mid-1990s, a polar bear named Gus in the Central Park Zoo worried visitors by swimming figure eights in his water tank. They also put up barriers because the polar bear was glaring at the kids almost. And that was stated by Slate magazine. 40% of lion cubs die in captivity after 1 month of being born, and in the wild it's 30%, but 1/3 of those reasons were due to reasons that aren't in captivity. In 2003, the UK government gave permission for people to capture the penguins, and if they survived a 7-day boat ride, they would be sold off to zoos just for holding. Stated by zoo director David Hancock, there is commonly held misconception that zoos are not only saving wild animals from extinction, but also reintroducing them into their wild habitats. The confusion stems from many sources, all of them zoo-based. In reality, most zoos have no contact of any kind with the reintroduction program. The reintroduction program is a program where the animals are brought into captivity, breeded to further their breed, and then they're sent back out into the wild, which can actually be very dangerous for the animals because they get used to captivity life. But as he states, the zoos don't actually reintroduce them to the wild. Instead of zoos, many endangered species could go to places like wildlife rehab centers, farm sanctuaries, bird observatories, and just rehab centers in general, instead of being in a zoo where the cages are actually way smaller than a rehab center or an animal sanctuary. Although we all love going to the zoo, myself included, and seeing the animals, that's actually really bad for them as it causes them lots of stress. They're missing out on normal habitats, and there are plenty other alternatives for endangered species.